Now, the thing is, if you're anything like me, you sit there like this. That's good. I've got to see another video. Do I get to play anything? Well, I am pleased to announce, as of right now, you can go to Xbox Live Marketplace, and you can download a free trial of Dishwasher, of Little Gamers, of Jello Car, and 4 other great community games. So as soon as this keynote's done, and please, wait till we're done, run to your nearest Xbox, get on Live, get these games, and start experiencing what the community can do, because it will amaze you. Okay, right now I want to come back to the tools. You know, XNA Game Studio was a great tool for making game development easier. It was a great tool for democratizing development and for really opening up the Xbox. But it had another great feature. XNA Game Studio is a great cross-platform tool. You can build once, play anywhere. And I really want to show you what that concept looks like. So here's a game that we kind of developed as a test bed back in Redmond. And it's just, you know, a simple shoot-'em-up called Zari. And here it is on Windows. A lot of our developers start on Windows. It's great. You have your laptop, you can just build. Then when you get home, you can move it over to Xbox 360. And often that's just a retarget. You don't have to write a bunch of new code. So we can show the same game now running on Xbox 360. Here's the thing, though. Great as this is, wouldn't it be even better if you could take this mobile? Like, let's say you had a device that had a really good screen, had a great touchpad input, perhaps a big hard drive, a lot of flash memory. Perhaps you have a device that's good with music or has wireless networking. In fact, perhaps if you had a Zune, wouldn't it be cool if you could build XNA Game Studio games for your Zune? Well, this year you can. Not only is it going to be on Xbox and Windows, you'll be able to build XNA Game Studio games on your Zune. So I want to show you what that looks like. So we go into the games, and you'll see a few games come up, including Zari, the game we were just looking at. Now, one thing you won't get from this demo is this is a great gaming device. Like, don't you see the graphics, you hear the audio, but it's the control input that's amazing. Like, if you just want to see somebody smile, and they're a gamer, put this in their hands, and after 10 seconds, they're like, oh man, this is great. So I just want to show you what it looks like. So you've got the same shoot 'em up that we were showing on Windows and Xbox. But of course, we are on a music device, so I should be able to just go and get a playlist. By the way, full disclosure, this is my marketing director's Zune, so I have no idea what music's going to be on here. Mine's back in my pocket. So now we have the music and the gameplay mixing. But that is only part of it. Remember, your Zune is a wireless device as well. And with XNA Game Studio, you can build multiplayer gaming. So now you not only will be able to have games on your Zune, you'll be able to play multiplayer wireless games with your Zune. And this is the power of XNA, when you can take it from Windows to Xbox to Zune. Now, before I wrap up, I just want to bring all this back together. You know, in GDC 04, we got on stage and we talked about the vision for XNA. We have more than delivered that vision. We gave you a programming system that made it easier to build games. We opened up the Xbox 360 and democratized game development. We gave you a programming system that spans platforms, and we've just shown you where that's going. This year, we complete that vision. We democratize game distribution. We take the 10 million people on Live and we connect it with the thousands of creators out there in the community. And I think of this as gaming created by the community, managed by the community, and enjoyed by everyone. But before I go, I just want to talk about professional game development for a moment. Because there's a lot of my organization, myself included, that are super passionate about giving the tools, services, and technologies that means professionals can build their next hit game. But here's the thing. You don't do that without partners. And I'm going to bring a partner on stage this morning. This is one of the leaders of the middleware industry. This is a company that not only has made their own mega hit games, they empower others to do the same. This is a company that pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible on Xbox 360 and Windows. And this is a company I'm confident are going to do it again with the next generation of their technology. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Michael Capps from Epic Games to the stage to show off the next generation of the Unreal Engine running on Xbox 360. Michael, great to have you.
Thanks, Chris.
And I'm going to leave the audience in your capable hands.
I'll do what I can. I appreciate it, sir. Totally have to buy a Zune now. Okay, I'm Mike Capps. I'm the president of Epic Games. I hope there's a few Xbox fans in the audience today. Not one? All right. But you may remember a game we made for the Xbox called Gears of War that we did with Microsoft. We've had really good success. Thanks. I'm kind of proud of it. So we've had really good success with Gears and also Unreal Tournament. But as Chris mentioned, that's not all we do. We make the Unreal Engine, which has won the Game Developer Magazine's Frontline Award the last 3 years running. Our battle-tested technology is under the hood of, I think, some of the best games on the market, the best crafted, the most visually intensive, and I want to show them to you. Take a look. That stuff looks good. So BioShock and Mass Effect, you're going to be seeing them nominated for a lot of awards tonight in here. We wish them both a lot of luck because they make us look great. Lost Odyssey will be here pretty soon, too. So it's been about a year and a half since we made Gears of War and launched it, holiday '06. A lot of people still consider Gears to be sort of the high watermark for technology and video game graphics. But we've been pretty busy since that 18 months ago when we launched the game. We've added a lot of awesome new features to the Unreal Engine, and we've really optimized it for the Xbox 360. So I want you all to do a little thought experiment and imagine what Gears of War might look like if we were to launch it today. And I'm going to bring Tim Sweeney out. He's our CEO, and he's going to give you a glimpse into that future, tell you about the Unreal Engine.
Thanks, Mike. So now we're going to show you some of the things we've been working on since we shipped the original Gears of War game. Now, we never stop working on new features in the Unreal Engine. It's always a work in progress. We're always adding more. So one of the major new things we've added is ambient occlusion technology. This technology enables us to add much more realistic dynamic shadows to scenes using a pixel shader technique. So a pixel shader traverses every single pixel in the scene and looks at how light reflects around and uses that to generate much more realistic shadow highlights on the objects in the scene. So you see much more definition in individual objects and they pop out from the backgrounds. This technique works for characters as well. We've done significant work on the character pipeline. On the left here, you see Marcus Phoenix as he appears in Gears of War. And on the right, he's being rendered in our new character pipeline. You see there's much greater contrast in the shadows, much greater specular lighting bouncing off of the thing. You see a lot more detail in the character overall. This is also a lot more efficient and enables us to render a lot more characters in scenes. Now, if you remember in Gears of War, you fought the Locust Horde, where the Horde consisted of maybe like 5 or 6 locusts. But now we can really build scenes containing hordes of creatures. And here we have over 100 creatures running around in real time using flocking technology. We've also improved the water technology on Unreal Engine 3. Besides the realistic water physics simulation running underneath, we also have realistic specular and environment reflections bouncing off of the water. So it captures much more of the realistic liquidy feel you see there. You also have more dynamic interaction with the water, so more realistic sound effects, more realistic splashes using particle systems. And this scales to very large environments. So you can build your game taking place on a deserted island, or you can build that jet skiing game you always wanted to build using Unreal Engine 3. The engine now scales to much larger scenes like that. Now, Matinee is the system we use to build all of the Gears of War cinematics, the real-time cinematics that play back in engine. We've substantially improved this to give artists movie director class control over all of the objects in the scene, over cameras, over cuts. And we have a real-time preview now in engine that gives you all the visual effects of the real cinematic at a level that's not even seen in Hollywood now in their preview tools. We've also incorporated Aegea's soft body physics simulation tool, which enables us to simulate objects that are realistically elastic and fluidy, like you see with this cube of meat we built here. You can see the player can interact with that, push little pieces of it around, and it's all very elastic and buoyant. This also scales well to fluids. So here you have fluids moving around with viscosity and surface tension, retaining their shape. This enables artists to build environments that are much more organic and real-worldish. You can also destroy them. So the thing that we do after we spent a few years building a beautiful game world, the first thing gamers want to do is blow it up. And now they can do that. So we've implemented some real-time structural analysis tools in Unreal Engine 3 that can determine how objects break apart into pieces given stresses and strains. And here we've applied that so that we have a building built out of concrete with a steel structure underneath. And you can see the player can go around and blow holes in the concrete, destroy the structure of the level, while the steel remains underneath. This is just one of the tools that enables designers to create far more realistic and destructible environments in future games. And these are just a few of the things we've been working on in Unreal Engine 3. We expect to have a lot more over the coming years as we learn to take more and more advantage of the Xbox 360's hardware power. Thank you.